everyone. It's Dawn with Shall We Stamp coming to you from somewhat sunny Central Florida. I'm going to load in the comments so that you all can let me know when you're on. And I am a few minutes early, so we'll get started here in just a few. Unfold, I'm excited to show that to you all. So I hope everyone had a great new year. Sorry I'm out of camera. I'm trying to get myself organized here. I have this, we're doing one card, but it's going to be a fun fold, so I think you all will be okay with that. And I apologize for changing the time. My husband made a dinner plans with another couple and forgot that I do my Facebook on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, so I had to move it up. So my apologies to that, but hopefully if not, you'll watch it on the replay. We should be good to go here shortly, and I'm excited about this card. I'm going to be making a lot of cards with this. Ooh, I can't wait to show you what it looks like. Again, it's Dawn Duval with Shall We Stamp, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I've been with Stampin' Up now 2011, and we're in, oh my goodness gracious, it's going to be 9 years next month. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's been 9 years. That's kind of exciting. Make sure when you come on that you leave a comment and share my video. It helps me to reach out to other crafters that I can inspire with paper crafting. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to earn your business. And I do have a host code that if you want to place an order through my online store, then I will send you a free gift. Sign up for my newsletter, and you can do that at shallwestamp.com, and that will keep you up to date on my classes and everything else that I'm doing in my crafting world. Well, it is 4:16, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, and if you come on late, just pop in and say hi, and then you can always go back and watch the replay. So I am going to flip the video down, or the camera down, and show you what we're going to be doing. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself organized here. We're going to be making a new fun fold, and I will show you that. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Glad you could join. I got a new fun fold. Hopefully you've not seen it. I'm excited. It looks more difficult, but it's really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and, excuse me for reaching, I'm going to flip the camera over to my table, and I think you can see that. We are going to be using the Dressed to Impress stamp set just for the sentiment in this particular card. And just for those that don't know, you can find this in the mini catalog, Occasions catalog, on page 54. And it does come with as a bundle if you choose to purchase it that way, with 15 dies. And again, it's in the mini catalog on page 54. So we're going to be using this stamp set and the designer series paper. And let me show you, I'm going to move this out of the way. Let me show you the card that we're going to be making. Here is one of them that I made. Isn't this cute? Look at this fold. It's using the nested stitched dies. Isn't that cute? So this is one of the ones I use Lovely Lipstick and the designer paper. And then the one that we're going to make this evening is going to be this, and it's the same thing. It's just another piece of designer paper from the same suite, and we're using the nested stitched framelit dies, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to use your normal size, for those of us in the U.S., piece of cardstock, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score each end at 2 1/8. So I went ahead and scored it. I don't know about you all, but I must not be pushing the scoring blade down enough, because I've had to go back a couple of times and rescore some of my lines. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and fold our score lines in and burnish them. And then this is what the front's going to look like until we get ready. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in after. The first thing I'm going to do is bring in the big shot, and we're going to cut everything, and then I'm going to get rid of the big shot so I have room on the table, and then we'll put the card together. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, using the nested stitched framelit dies, we're going to take the largest die, number 3, the third largest die. And you need some washi tape, because we're going to tack this down. We're going to tack it down. So what you want to do is you want to get this centered on your card and centered where the points are in the center of your fold. So we're going to take off, let me just tear this first, and then we can tack it down. So we're going to lay this on here. We're going to get it straight, get our points in the center of the fold. and we're going to put a piece of washi tape to hold it down. Get my tape on my finger. All right, so let's go back and get this centered. All right, so now let me bring in the Big Shot, and we'll go ahead and cut everything, and then we'll move forward. But we've got our Big Shot, or our die cutting machine, and all you want to do is you're going to take this and open it up and lay it down on your plate like this. So you're just going to put it there. I couldn't figure out how she cut this thing without cutting the inside of the card. Now I know why. So we're going to do that, and again, this is using the third largest die, so we're just going to run this through the Big Shot, and then I'm just going to pull it back. Sorry, it's wiggling my table, and I'm going to pull it back twice. So now we're going to take our die, and we're going to come back and fold our card, right? So we're going to hold this in place. We want to keep it in place, so I'm holding it down. I'm just going to tear my washi tape up, pull that up, and I'm just going to move it to the other side to hold that down, okay? So that way our die doesn't move, and we're in the same position. Now we're going to cut the other side. So see how that popped right out? So now we're going to lay it down again on the plate, and then put our other plate on top, and then run this through. Then take our washi tape off, and there you go. So now we have the opening of our card. Clever, huh? So clever right there. If you can see that, and I'll show you when I get done with the Big Shot. All right, so that's the card base. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take number 2, the second largest die, and using a piece of designer series paper at 4 by 5 1/4, and you can do, I mean, it doesn't have to be designer paper, but that's what I'm using. All right, so you're going to line this up in your Big Shot or your die cutting machine and get it centered, and then we're going to run this through. So this is the number 2, the second largest stitch nestle die. Take that off. And then this piece we're not using, but you can use this for another project, so don't throw that away. This is what we need to look at. On this die, when you look at, on this die, there is a dot right at the end of this point, right? Let me see if I can get up closer. You've got the dot right there, the one little hole. So what you want to do is you want to cut to the right of that, and you want to snip a little bit off, and then to the left of that, you want to snip the next dot off, okay? Does that make sense? You want to cut them off so that we can separate it. So we're going to come back to this end, and we're going to take that center dot, and we're going to cut to the right of it, and then we're going to cut the dot that's next to it, and then go to the left of that center one, and cut the dot to the left of that one as well. So what that does is it's giving us our pieces that will go on the card like this, but it's going to go like that. So we'll just keep cutting, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, then we're going to take number 3 again, and in this case, I'm using mint macaron because it's in my coordinates with my designer series paper. So I'm using the third largest die, and we're going to run that again through the Big Shot. All right, so that's number 3. So this piece we're going to use, we're going to put that right there with the rest. And then number 4, the fourth largest, we are going to just cut, I'm just cutting this on a little piece of scrap paper, because this is what we're going to use for our sentiment. So this is nestled die 4, fourth largest, okay? And then we're going to bring that back. So that's all the cutting that we're going to do. So I'm going to pop him out, and let me get the Big Shot out of the way, and then we can actually get back to work without having this thing in the way of where you can't see. Now, let me get situated here. Bear with me. I'm so excited about this. And I'm having a retreat. Was scheduled for January, but I've moved it to March just because of timing purposes. So it's going to be March 28th, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be in person, or I will have it to go, and we will be using this Dress to Impress suite. So here's our card base, our pieces that we've cut, and I'm going to go over the things again. So your card base, just to refresh, is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and you're scoring it at 2 1/8 on each side. You're going to take the third largest stitch framelit die. You're going to lay it on the front, use your washi tape to hold it down, and run it through the Big Shot, and then you'll cut both sides. Then on your designer series paper, you're going to use the second largest, and then you're going to snip up each side of that center dot from where it cuts on the stitching part, and we're going to apply this to our card base. All right, so we'll just put some adhesive on here. Now, if you don't cut the dots quite right, you can just trim them off, and that's what I did easier. earlier. So you just want to place your piece on your card, right, on your card base. Get it so it's got your little border going around. Now, see, I didn't cut this one enough, so I'm just going to reach under with my snips, and I'm just going to cut it. I'm always a little shy on cutting too much because I don't want to cut too much off, so I can just do it this way. All right, so that's going to be the first piece, that there. I hope y'all enjoy this. Make sure you leave me comments on this because I found this today, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do this for my Facebook Live because this is just a fun card, and it really is easy. And see, this one I cut it good. All right, so there we go. There's the top of our card, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our, we have a piece, I don't think I told you, a piece of Whisper White. We're going to do 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be the inside piece that's going to go right in here, okay? So the normal 4 by 5 1/4 that you use for the inside of your card. Lay that in here, and you can make it a little smaller if you want. You know, you can have it open like this, if you want to have it open like this, or you can have it open like this. All right, and then I'll show you what you can do for writing your sentiments. All right, so we have our inside piece put in. Now I'm using the mint macaron because it coordinates, and this is the 3rd largest die as well. All right, so we're gonna pop this up on dimensionals, and then what you want to do when you get ready, we're gonna close it down, and we're gonna place it right in the center of where we cut that. Okay, so that way we know it's in the center of the card. Go ahead and push my thumbnails down. It helps lift the paper a lot easier off the back of your dimensionals. Ready to put this down, so I'm going to close. And if you came on late, you might want to go, afterwards, you might want to go back and watch the beginning if you missed that. So we're just going to lay this in here to make sure it's centered. And we're going to put it down with dimensionals, so that way we know it's centered in our card. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the sentiment from the Dress to Impress stamp set, and I'm going to stamp the Hello Fabulous in Purple Posy on the number 4 stitch shape framelit. This is number 4, the 4th largest. So I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to do it my way so I can see upside down, so I know it's upside down for you guys, but my apologies. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of the flowers that's from the same set, and we're going to stamp the flower in Memento Black ink, and we're going to use our blends to color it in. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my flower because it's a lot of space, so I'm going to stamp one right here, and then I'm going to stamp one over on this side, and I might put it up. Let me do it. I'm going to angle it this way. So we stamp those, and do this that way. This card, I think you guys are going to find how easy it is, and you're going to start using it as well. We're going to use our blends. I'm using the Mint Macaron Light and Dark and the Purple Posy Light and Dark. So there is our centerpiece for our sentiment. Now on that, we're going to go ahead and flip this over and put some dimensionals on here as well. All right, so now I'm going to put this on here. So we've popped it up on dimensionals just like the other one. And I'm going to set this on here. And there's our card. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, if you do the card this way, when it opens, you do have room to write your message down. I mean, you can write it up here and down, and they don't see it. If you want to do your card this way, you're not going to have a lot of room. You can still write here if you want to write down and you're small, but you may want to put a small piece of Whisper White on the back, and then that would give you more room to write your message. So you can do it this way, or you can have it open this way. It just depends on the sentiment. And I felt like since this sentiment was longer with the flowers, I wanted to do it the landscape. So let me show you the other one that I made earlier today. This is using the same Dress to Impress. This is Lovely Lipstick with the Coordinating Designer Series paper. And then this one is an old olive background. And I did the same thing here. Isn't that the cutest fun fold? Do you not love that? So y'all, if y'all come watch on my blog, you're going to start seeing some of these. But that's what I am showing for you all this evening. I don't want to hold you up because I know everyone is busy. So here are the 2 cards that I made. Again, I used the Dress to Impress stamp set along with it. Well, I didn't use the dies, but I used the stitched nested labels. I hope you all have enjoyed this. Please make sure you leave me a message or share if you don't mind. I will be using the name picker and drawing someone's name that will win a gift from me. So that is what I'm showing you all today. I'm only going to do one card. I know that everyone is trying to play catch up from the holidays. So thank you again. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. And you can reach out to me at dawn@shallwestamp.com, or you can Facebook message me. And if you want to place an order through my online store, here is my host code for the month of January. It's N, S as in Sam, 9ASMEB. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this card, and if you create any of these, please tag me so that I can see what your designs are. All right, thanks again for joining me this afternoon, and I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again. Bye now.